there, beautiful friends, family, and starseeds. Hi, I'm Dr. Amber Mele'ha Wolf, and I want to welcome you to the April full moon, Lemurian Lunation. Now, what is that exactly? If you haven't listened to the other full moon lunations this year, let me just give you a moment of fill-in. Lunation is something that the star mothers, our Pleiadian parents, gave me as a sacred assignment some early mid-December of 2019. And they told me that they count our Earth rotations and seasons from the December solstice, so the winter solstice. And that was when I began this calendar also, lunation. So the January was our first moon, full moon, since the winter solstice, and February, March, and then now we have the fourth full moon since the winter solstice, the last winter solstice. And we continue like that through to next year. And one of the things that the star mothers continue to give me as a point of reference is that from the galactic space where they reside, our calendar, our Julian calendar, is something that we have had to implement to help us in a linear world, and in kind of a narrow linear world, because we aren't trained, or we haven't yet remembered what the bigger picture is of space and our place in it. So when we have lunations, when we have this full moon each almost month, we have a different way of looking at it. And each month that is coincides with the Lemurian codes for activation. And there are 11 of those. And in the 12th moon, we'll have them all together. Now, this is card number 4 for Star Center 4, which is the heart center. So it just so happens that this moon in astrology, the April full moon, is called the pink moon. And it is an elliptical path around the earth, which means it doesn't circle us, or we circle it, in a perfect circle. We say we're circling it, or it's circling us, rather. It's an elliptic, which is more of a drawn out oval. So sometimes it's further and sometimes it's closer to our planet. If, say, my head is Earth, and the elliptic brings the moon closer sometimes, and sometimes further on the top and the bottom. And it depends on the time of year. Sometimes it's off to the side. This particular moon, this April full moon, or the moon of the heart, as the star mothers call it, the elliptical path is very close. So that's why it will look so big in the sky. And also, there are these amazing, beautiful planets that are lighting up our sky and giving you a look at the Pleiades in conjunction with Jupiter and Venus in a way that we don't often see it. So the star mothers are giving us a big hello and lots of love for the times that we're in. So I would like to read to you what Star Center 4 is from the Lemurian codes for activation and healing. And that way you'll get an idea of what this pink moon, what this elliptic, and what this time is about. Each moon cycle is so unique. It's really fascinating to me that we live in such a way that we've disconnected from it. So here we are on a planet that's covered with water, with 50% of the inhabitants are women who have something called a moon cycle, and we've really disconnected from the power of that. So in these Lemurian lunation videos, what I want to give you is a reconnection to the whole cycle. So from the last full moon to this one is the third star center. And from this now full moon in April till the full moon in May is the fourth star center. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read to you star center 4. So if you'd like, just close your eyes, take a breath, and we'll do this meditatively because the energy of the star mothers who are responsible for these beautiful Lemurian codes, the energy comes through me as I speak and as I give the message to you. In the blending of your human and divine hearts is a sacred elixir that is the highest form of love. Your evolved emotional vibrations are expressed through your thoughts, your words, and actions from the chalice of your heart. Through the alchemy of your human divine heart, your potential to embody yourself as the cosmic human beloved emerges. And take another breath. So what I'd like to do now is open up with you each one of these statements. So the first one is, in the blending of your human and divine hearts is a sacred elixir that is the highest form of love. So what the star mothers are telling us here is that we are angels on earth, the highest form of love, and that it's human and divine. And then they say, your evolved emotional vibrations are expressed through thoughts, words, and actions from the chalice of your heart. So if we consider, we have this muscle that's pumping blood all the time that keeps us alive. If we consider that as a chalice, as a vessel, and we see that as a place where our humanity and our divinity mixes together. And when we do that, we can live in a balanced place. Really, that's what the star mothers are saying here, is living as human and divine. So we have our humanity and our linear logical thinking, and we have our divine thinking. And it's not just saying left brain, right brain. What we're saying is that there's a deeper place of divinity here, and it's in our heart. And our heart knows. So, last line. Through the alchemy of your human divine heart, your potential to embody yourself as the cosmic human beloved emerges. So the more that we live in that place of the divine heart, the more we can navigate our life through a balanced place, through the human divine place. There isn't ever a time in our life where we don't need that. Let's face it. It can be a normal day, or it can be a trying time. When we go through the world balanced between our humanity and our divinity, when we speak from the chalice of our heart, everything changes. Everything changes. So I ask you, this moon cycle, these next 28 days, to keep, if you have this card, if you have the Lemurian codes for healing, if you have them, keep it somewhere where you can connect to it, even subconsciously, because that's really what the strongest connection is. To change our thought patterns is subconscious. So keep it where you can see it. If you don't have these cards, and you don't have to have them, draw a heart on a piece of paper and write human and divine on it, or divine and human, whatever comes to you. Or perhaps you have a heart made out of rose quartz or something like that. Keep that around in this next moon cycle, just as a gentle reminder to give yourself to remember who you are as you're moving through your human physical day, so that your divinity can be as much as your humanity. Take a breath with me. Okay. So what I'd like you to do now is prepare yourself for a little message from the Star Mothers by closing your eyes and just relaxing. These messages come as a blessing from our celestial parents. So as you are softening your body in your chair, just let yourself feel an openness, a presence, an emptiness, just like the empty vessel of your heart, so that the Star Mothers can come in and fill it. Take another breath. Dear Shining Ones, we step forward into this meeting with our beloved Mele'ha and all the star children that are listening now and in the future. And we are excited and we celebrate with you this moon cycle. And we are giving this information to you now that is unique to only this moon cycle ever. There will never be another moon cycle like this. Yes, you will have another April, but it will be in your year 2021, and it will be a different cycle. So we ask you, with the presence that you can hold yourself in right now, to attend to this moon cycle as its specialness, however that is for you. Now, we will tell you something we have not said before. We see your planet and the movement of the other planets around you as unique to the galaxy. We know this is so. We see you from a further place than you know. You see us as residing 444 light years from you, the closest star cluster to your planet. And yet 444 light years is very far. So imagine, if you will, just for a moment or two, that from where we are, the view is much larger. We do not ask you to travel here right now, but in your mind, imagine that when you stand on the top of a hill, or perhaps you drive to the top of a hill, and you can see a distance that you cannot see when you are at the bottom of the hill. So that is our metaphor. We are looking at you from space. And we are looking at the galaxy that you live in from space. And we measure your time in a completely different way. And we ask you, as we really pinpoint this one moon, these next 28 days, to know that it is a very small part of time in the very big sense of the word time. So these 28 days, which will be earth-changing for all of you, are a very small amount of time in the life of a planet or a galaxy, or certainly the universe. However, attending to these next 28 days with great importance is something that you will always be glad that you did. This is a time of elevated energy. And as always, the moon shines brightly on your planet and creates bright shadows also. This is a time where you will look at those shadows and choose, what is it that I will pay attention to? What is it that can just dissolve as a shadow because it no longer serves me? What circumstances, what relationships, what about myself can I look to changing? Can I imagine being different? Can I look to the future? 1 year from now, 13 moons from now, who will I be? So we tell you this, you don't know who you will be, but imagine. What is it? Who is it that you would like to see there in the future? How will you look? What will you be doing with your life? Will you be in sacred service? Will you be on vacation? Will you be in a relationship that is new or that is not new? Will children come and go from your life? Will other people come and go from your life? We ask you right now to project yourself into the future and then surround yourself with this pink moon, light and energy. And now step back from being specific and let the light of the moon just be benevolent. Just feel it around your future self as a benevolent force, as a light for love and change and good. And see yourself there as relaxing and accepting and allowing and receiving the good, the grace that comes from seeing yourself in the light of beautiful change, of benevolent growth, of sacred service, of relating to yourself and others through the sacred elixir in your human and divine heart. Dear children, these will always be our teachings to you. We will always ask you to remember who you are. So for this moon cycle, continue to hold yourself in that pink light of future, that pink light of divine now, that light of love that is created in the hearts of the star mothers, your Pleiadian parents, and the teachers and the masters that are here now, that you all are becoming. You are the light, and you are the love of the planet. You are the healing. And this will always be so, whether you are more conscious of it or less conscious of it. And we are here to guide you. Take a breath, please. We close with this, beloved shining ones. Give yourself to the loving cooperation of your community. Each one of you knows one who knows one, and then you are a community. And together, you open yourselves to heal. You bring through compassion into the wounds of those who are not yet healed. And you love and accept yourself in this light of awareness and of forgiveness. We step back now and leave you with the message from our heart, our sacred elixir to your heart. Take a breath. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you, Star Mothers. So, my dear family, my dear shining brothers and sisters across the earth and across the galaxy, wherever you are, whatever country, whatever time zone, whatever language, the offer here from the Star Mothers is to always gently do our best to acknowledge who we are as divine, human and divine. So please be well. Please take care. Please find your balance in everything you are and everything you do. Aloha for now.